What's up, guys? BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be doing some power-ups because I've been kind of holding back on some stuff until we've had a better opportunity to get it. I've been having to grind out quite a few of the, actually, I don't know if I have them, I already kind of used them. The main enabling infusion stones, I kind of used a lot of them and got our second hero up. I did make a poor decision, I think, and I might have shown this to you once before, but I did go ahead and get the enabling infusion up to level 15 for our main secondary hero, Yormtum. However, Vulcan is my go-to, and I want to see what type of power-ups we gain here today because we've been doing a lot of events. I have a lot of resources saved up, and I need to upgrade our Grimoire. But right now, starting out of it, we have 422,222,765 attack. I want to see what this number changes to. We're basically at 60 billion HP, 699, kind of crazy. But there's been something I've been holding back on, and I have a bunch of, and I can probably make another one. Yeah, we got 21 of these new Imprint infusion stones, and I really haven't done much of anything with it. Now, it does take a little bit of contract or of stellar shards and crystals of transcendence, but it's really not that much. But yeah, we're gonna actually go ahead and get this leveled up. So you can see here there's a max of 25. We're not quite to leveling it up. Oh wait, hold on, are we? Oh wait, no, okay, I don't know what these numbers are. Maybe this is total number because like this one has 15 and we're 8. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, I guess. I don't know. We're at 25. I'm intrigued to see what we do, but we were going down this path right here in which we are going to activate some nodes. So I was thinking of going for damage reduction offset. I think this one's going to be kind of cool for what I want on this main damage dealer of ours. So we're going to go through and getting some of these nodes that give additional attack percentage, HP percentage, and of course, damage reduction offset, which a lot of newer heroes are actually having. It's kind of like the hot new stat that we've had in the game. But we get to our first main infusion, and this is the Blade Infusion. When releasing basic or active skills, increases self damage reduction offset by 3%. Basically, you can cap that at 9% throughout an entire battle, which is cool. On top of all the damage reduction offset we are getting through all of these nodes here. So you see right here, when releasing basic attacks or active skills, if the target's current HP is lower than 50%, additionally reduces their damage reduction, regular damage reduction, even further. But you'll notice we actually have more infusion stones because, well, you can just keep investing more and more in this to get an even more powerful hero. And you see how many we can just keep investing, it looks like. But you're getting basically a lot of points in this, so you're going to be able to fill this tree out very, very quickly, I think. Now, the other node down here is basic attacks grant self 1 layer of spiked armor. Up to 4 layers can be obtained. When releasing active skills, if max layers of spiked is stacked, removes all of them and increases all self damage dealt by 3%. Now, I think that's kind of cool. Basic attacks, I don't know if I'm going to do basic attacks all that much. And if it doesn't remove it, then you're increasing your all damage dealt. Really, a lot of times with our hero, we're doing active skills. Beyond that, these nodes increase your all damage dealt by a lot. I don't know if that's the right choice. If we do go up to the top nodes up here, they're giving holy damage and precision. These might be worthwhile to go into a little bit more when releasing basic attacks or active skills. If the target's armor is higher than self, additionally deals holy damage. That seems really, really big. Beyond that, this goes up to when releasing base attacks or active skills. If target's armor is higher than self, inflicts 1 layer of sacred armor mark on them. When that mark is stacked to 3 layers, it will last 3 rounds and cannot be stacked anymore. All sacred armor marks will be removed after the duration, and if the sacred marks owned by the target is stacked to 3, you deal a huge amount of divine retribution damage. That seems pretty cool. Now, the precision route I think is still pretty good. Increases self attack by 4% when releasing base attacks. Increases attack 6% when releasing active. Both bonuses can stack up to 12. I think that's pretty powerful. Reduces self crit by 50 and increases self attack. I don't know about that. 50 is a lot because we don't run a crazy high amount of crit chance on our hero. Precision is nice. It does have a cap. I don't know. The other route is the other two up here is crit damage and crit chance. So maybe if you're double dipping in all that crit chance, then it is worthwhile to go to that one. But it really comes down to how many nodes we want to do. At the beginning of each round, if self has 50% or more crit, increases your crit damage. When landing a crit, additionally reduces the target's crit resistance. That's kind of cool if there is some. When landing, for every 2 crits landed, when next released active skill, has 100% chance to deal extra damage, ignoring everything. I think this node might be worthwhile. When dealing damage by releasing basic attacks or active skills, increases self crit by 8%. So I think maybe going into this node here and then coming down to this might be worthwhile, because 50% attack is kind of nutty. So I kind of want to see how far we can take it as it stands right now. So let's just keep leveling up. We're getting 3 points for each one of these here, which is pretty big. And you can see we're just investing a crazy number of points onto this. We have 41. No, we got 44 points. Oh my gosh. We actually might be able to fill a lot of this out, because each one of these is only 1. And like I said, this is going to be a gigantic boost. So I think my play is to go the crit route and see what his crit actually looks like here. Because again, you don't want 100% crit, which would be bad. We still have 32 points, which means we can probably fill most of this out. Our attack isn't going up a crazy amount, but our crit chance should be going up significantly now. Right? So right here, we're at what? 39, but if I remember correctly, what do we have here? We got precision, holy damage, and skill damage, so we don't even have the crit node picked right now. I kind of do want to go for this one, though. I feel like it would be pretty good. Honestly, I think we're going to be able to get, like, everything here. I don't think there's a single thing we aren't going to be able to afford. Getting more precision is going to be sweet, because that means we don't need to use the node either. So we're going to be able to fill out so much of this tree right now. It is ridiculous. So now that basically reduces self crit by 50, does that show in this right here? It does not. 39.8. So chances are we probably now want to swap over from precision to crit chance again. That way we are sitting at a much higher chance, 74, but we're gonna have minus 50% of that. Man, I don't know if that's it. I don't know if that's too little. Like, maybe we have to change what stone we're running. Granted, we're using speed for like Aspen Dungeon. It might be worthwhile to use some sort of crit stone now as well. We'll have to see, but we still have 20 points, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. We can almost finish every single one of these nodes. That's kind of big. We don't really, I don't know if we need to get that extra crit damage. I think going for this one, the extra holy damage, is the next play here. I think this is good. I think that's the play, because again, we don't reliably use, like in a lot of the ways that we run our team, we don't run a ton of basic attacks. Granted, when you release active skills, yeah, it's only when you get the active skills. So, I mean, it'll definitely stack, but I just don't think it'll be as impactful as getting all of these nodes right here. I think this right here is going to be pretty insane, and we almost have the entire tree built now at this point for the offensive stats. Now, it might be worthwhile to go for some other nodes and stuff like that as well, going for some of these more like purity, energy. I kind of want to just go all offensive right now just to see what that looks like. Again, all damage dealt, though, is probably a big deal. So getting a tree that looks like this, pretty dang powerful, I would say, for the time being. And again, we can just keep investing more and more into this right here. 447, yeah, that's a pretty good gain of 25 million attack just by finally finishing those out. And again, it really comes down to what our numbers are looking at here, because it looks like everything that you put in here doesn't reflect directly on the stat sheet. Now, that's not the only thing we have, because we now have a second hero built up. We can now go past this right here. Now, we're only going to be able to go to 125, but I'm intrigued to see how far we can quick upgrade. We can go up to 100, and that's where we max it out. In order to go further, we now need to designate a third hero to get that number of infusion. You can see we still have a lot of resources, so I don't think we need to go for either of these for quite a while. But that did give us more fixed attack, which again, you're going to notice right here when we jump into this hero, we're up to 480. That was another 3 million attack. Absolutely crazy. We're about to get to the half billion mark. Granted, there's people I think hitting 1 billion now, which is just absolutely disgusting, but this is a huge upgrade for us. The thing is, we now need to decide who our third strongest hero on this account is going to be. I don't know just yet. As far as usefulness, I feel like Natalia is probably the play, but that does mean now I need a ton more of these enabling infusion stones. So now in the rest of this event, anytime we come across grimoire materials, we need to go for the enabling infusion stones to make sure we are upgrading this hero to the max. We need to get another hero to 15 in order to get more stats in our grimoire. So it's kind of this like back and forth play because yeah, in order to get much higher, we do need to go further with this. Granted, we also have sigils that we haven't really done anything. We do have more pages. We got more that we can purchase this month as well. Don't know if it's worthwhile going too much further into it. We'll have to see, because of course getting higher quality like ones here is good, but then I also want to make sure we have some stuff in every category that we do. Like maybe in Realms Gate is one we do want to focus on. Probably Void Vortex is one we want to at least get one on, or at least a decent one, because again, with this grimoire, these pages, these sigils, you can't reuse any of them from one book into the next book. They're already taken. You can't use it even if it's in a different book. But what that does mean is it means eventually you're gonna be able to get one of every single one of these and upgrade them as you please. So let me know, you guys think that was a huge power upgrade to our main hero. To be honest, I feel like that might instantly make us that much stronger in like Aspen Dungeon, which we haven't done in a while, and we did fall back behind because we just haven't done it in a little bit. We'll get there though. We're definitely going to go up to the limits of this account with our Lights Army, but that was a gigantic power gain. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time where we get to see how much power we actually gained.